In this slideshow, we'll talk about cross-national cooperation. Since the end of World War II, there has been a trend to reduce and eliminate barriers to trade. This has been done through bilateral agreements and regional agreements. The World Trade Organization is a major international organization based in Geneva for the purpose of negotiating trade agreements between countries and enforcing trade agreements between countries. About 160 countries are now members of the World Trade Organization. Trade agreements are based on the principle of trade without discrimination. It used to be called most favored nation, but the term has changed to permanent normal trade relations. It means that the receiving nation will be granted all trade advantages, such as low tariffs, that any other nation also receives. Preferential treatment can be given to developing countries. Concessions can be granted to members within a regional trading alliance. With regional economic integration, several countries within a region work toward eliminating all barriers to trade and business within the area. There are 4 stages of this process. It starts with a free trade agreement, in which countries agree to trade freely with each other. It may fall to a customs union in which the countries establish common tariffs for trade with countries outside the region. It may then go to a common market in which there is free mobility of the factors of production, capital, labor, materials, and so on. And finally, it may progress to an economic union. The major example of this is the European Union, who went through all 4 of these stages over a period of more than 50 years. 2 main effects of eliminating trade barriers are trade creation. Companies who were unable to export before because of the barriers are now able to export, since their prices are now competitive. And trade diversion. Trade shifts to countries within the group, since barriers to trade are lower. As already mentioned, the European Union is the major example of regional economic integration. The idea was suggested by Winston Churchill in 1946. A core of 6 countries signed a trade agreement in 1951. The countries became a single market by an agreement signed in 1987. The European Union was formed in 1993. A single currency was established in 1999 and has been adopted by 18 countries. The European Union has expanded by adding countries, and it now has 28 countries, more than 500 million people. The European Union has some major challenges: the transition of new entrants, the adoption of a new constitution, agricultural subsidies, dealing with vastly different economies within the Union, and the financial problems of Ireland, Greece, Spain, and Italy. The North American Free Trade Area, NAFTA, became effective in 1994. The members are the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. NAFTA covers the following areas: market access, trade rules for goods and services, investment rules, intellectual property, and mechanisms for dispute settlement. As a result of NAFTA, trade and investment have increased significantly between its members. The major current issues are labor standards, environmental standards, and immigration. Mercosur was established in 1991. Its members are Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, and Venezuela. Combined, it is the fifth largest economy in the world. Its goals are free trade and economic integration. The Pacific Alliance was established in 2012. Its members are Chile, Peru, Colombia, and Mexico. Combined, it is the ninth largest economy in the world. It exports about 50% more than Mercosur does. Its goals are free trade, economic integration, and orientation toward Asia. Now take the quiz on this slideshow by clicking on the Quiz on Slideshow icon, which is right below the icon you clicked on to view this slideshow.